Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Today we are going to be making little chocolate mousses. Here's what we need. Now, after reading through this recipe, this is an interesting one. This is actually supposed to be put into little tiny shot glasses, like 70ml ones. You can buy the plastic ones if you're having a party. However, not for me. I don't want to do them in those. I'm going to do them something fancy so they look nice. So I remembered having these, which I haven't used for a while. They're a really cool blue glass, well, plastic cup thing, and I used to use these quite a lot. So I'm going to make them into these. So they're not going to be, I've got 6 of them. I'm obviously not going to get 6, so we're going to see how we go. So grab this, grab those ingredients, and let's go. Hey, check this out. I thought I still had some left. This is my awesome jar that I keep all my patty pans in for muffins and cupcakes. Cupcakes, muffins. They always get stuck in here because they're not happy in here. Bad idea grabbing this out to show you, but I thought I would anyway, just in case someone goes, no, I'd actually like to make those in that. I think these are about 70ml each, so if you look at that, we're not going to get a lot of mousse per glass. If you want to know exactly how much 70ml is, 15ml is 1 tablespoon. So you're not going to get a lot, but they're going to look cute though. If you're having a Christmas party or Easter or whatever, a dinner party, probably a good way to do it. And mousse can be quite sickening if you eat too much of it, unless you love chocolate, and then you'll say, oh, who cares, I'll pay for my food coma later. Alright, so there you go. So they do exist. I'm sure they still do exist. I think they were from when I made jelly shot thingies many years ago. Okay, so let's go back to grabbing. I've only got one more thing to look for anyway. So 150 grams of dark chocolate. Get eating chocolate because it's nicer than cooking chocolate. Normally I'm shopping in Aldi, but this must have been on a week when I was at the hospital every night. It was, thank you for reminding myself. And I had to go to Woolworths on a Saturday night before 10 o'clock. And that's why I've got Old Gold. But good choice because that one's really delicious, that chocolate. Thick cream, 2 eggs. We're going to separate them. I keep my eggs in this thing in the fridge, and for those of you who are wondering, why has she got crosses on her eggs? Are they evil? No, they're not evil eggs. Crosses mean use them first. So, I've just got to find my coloured cachous. I believe I have some. If I don't, I don't. Don't really need them. They're just like fancy little baubles that you can eat. But that's why I'm looking for them, and I saw this and I remembered what those little shot glass things were. So let's keep going. I was just about to give up on the cachous, and I don't know how to pronounce that, so there they are. For some reason I put them in with the icing and the flavouring, all my yummy coconut essence and everything, and they're in here. So these are edible little sparkling ball things, and you can pop them on top. So use them or don't use them. Don't race out to buy them especially, but if you're doing them in the little shot glasses for a party, they'll actually look pretty cool with those on them. So let's go. Okay, first up, grab yourself a jug that you're happy enough to put in the microwave and melt chocolate with. I don't normally melt chocolate in the microwave, but my little chocolate mousse recipe is advising me to do it today, and I follow recipes if I'm cooking. So Sometimes they don't always work out the way that they should, but at least I can say I did it that way. Normally, I will do it in my in a saucepan with sitting in a little silver tub on top. You've probably seen me do that in one of the previous videos. I'd have to say I'm very surprised if I haven't, because I do that quite often. But however, the other way of doing it is in the microwave, giving it short bursts. But I must stress, do not be tempted to grab a wooden spoon to stir it with. The tiniest little moisture from a wooden spoon can actually seize the chocolate, and if you know how much a block of old gold is, you'd cry. So don't do it. All right. So how do we weigh chocolate? You already know how to do this, but grab something you're going to weigh it in, press the T-A-R-E, and 150 grams out of 180 grams, you're not going to have much left to eat. Sort of a good thing, I suppose. Sit down and eat a block of chocolate or make mousse out of it. What's better? Exactly. Try and break it up a bit if you can, only because it is going to be quicker when you go to melt it. But if you've got old gold, it is quite hard to break up anyway, so I hear your pain. Oh, look, one more square, I think. There's no such thing as 150 grams with old gold. Good news, we've got 3 grams more. And 5 grams for later. Dark chocolate's apparently good for you. So says who knows who. Alright, so we are going to microwave this on uncovered on medium, which is 50% people, for 1 to 2 minutes. So open up your friendly microwave, put it in for 1 minute. I like to give it short bursts. Power level is 50%. And let's go. Get yourself a metal spoon, okay? I use my soup spoons, probably because most of my other ones have plastic handles and my soup spoons don't. They're my fancy pants ones. All right, say bye, Scales, because we're finished with you for now. All right, the next thing we are going to be doing is we're going to get an electric mixer and beat the cream in a small bowl until peaks form. First of all, we need 3/4 of a cup. So my faded but very reliable measuring jug will do the job. There we go, perfect. I have a little bit left. I do like cream in my coffee as well, which I probably need one today. It's a Sunday. It's my only day off, and I've already had a nap because everything just got too much for me. Still not melted. Do it again for another minute. Don't be tempted to give it like 10 minutes because all you're going to do is end up ruining your chocolate. Okay, so this much cream we are going to be whipping till we've got soft peaks. So I'd suggest you get another jug. I know I've put it in that jug, but it doesn't matter. Stick mixer, they become your friend when you cook a lot because they're so good, especially for whipping cream. And anytime I do try and whip cream, I have my black cat. If you've seen him on my socials, he is obsessed with whipped cream. So he always comes around to see if I've got any for him. Naturally, as a cat mum, of course I do for him. While that's draining out, the 2 eggs, I'm going to separate them into cups. I love to use a teacup because that way then I've got a bit of control over what's going where. I'm going to use 3 teacups at the moment so that I can keep everything apart. This is called multitasking, people. If you work in hospitality, you'll already know how to multitask. A lot of other jobs you might have to multitask as well, even customer service. You know, you try to do something and then there's someone that thinks that they're the only person on the planet that needs to be served, and you've got to do two things at once. So you should be able to multitask. And plus, this is your kitchen, it's your rules, it's your time. 2 eggs we're going to separate. I don't know if you've seen me separating eggs, but you don't exactly have to have a Tupperware brand one. I've had this one for ages, but it's a good thing to have for separating eggs. Another way you could do it is you crack it and you go from eggshell to eggshell, spilling the white over. But my best option is for you to buy yourself an egg separator. It will pay for itself. Just must I stress, I think last time I did this, I was a bit too forceful on the egg and I cracked the yolk. So, there we go. Not today though. I don't have that many mussels today. Okay. So we're draining that. As you can see, I've got the yolk in the top. Grab a teaspoon. I like to keep the teaspoons close by in the kitchen. Alright, chocolate's starting to melt, but just keep going in 1 minute bursts with that. There's no such thing as it's taking too long. There's such thing as, oops, I have to start again. I would rather it take too long than, oops, I have to start again, because that means I've got to go up to the supermarket to buy dark chocolate, and if they've got some, it's going to be very expensive. Alright. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to put the whites, I'm going to leave the whites separate, but I'm going to put the yolks in together. So that's why I've got 3 teacups. Gently, gently, gently. Here we go, perfect. Alright, once you do that a few times, you won't be that scared of doing it. Don't be scared of eggs. Perfect, look at that. Alright, get one. eBay it, op shops, whatever. You won't regret it. Oh, look, now we're starting to get melty chocolate. Ah! Oh, look at that. It fits inside after all of it. Alright, give that chocolate a good stir. Alright, now that we're starting to get melted chocolate, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, give that another minute. Ah! Yes, I don't know how to use all the features on my microwave. Now, my mum has this really cool thing for resting your spoon on. It's actually for tea bags or tea leaves, whatever, but we use it for resting a spoon on. So there you go. Thanks for that. Alright, I'm going to wipe up that yolk. Okay, possibly just one more burst, maybe another one, but we're making huge progress now. That's what I mean. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Better off taking our time. Okay, so what was I getting at? So the stick mixer, this is what I mean. I will keep coming and going with bits, so you don't really need to keep up. You know what's going on. Alright, so get your stick mixer, your friend. Switch her on. Okay, the cream has all gone into that one. Okay, so until you get the soft peaks form, which you'll know straight away because it goes super thick. It's that quick. Now, it would like me to do the egg whites in another bowl until the same thing happens. Generally with the egg whites, I prefer to use the handheld one. So there's only 2, so it's not going to take me long to do this. Alright, perfect. Okay, I am happy with the chocolate. I'm just going to give it a final stir. Okay, so it does say to set that aside for 5 minutes to cool. Okay. Bye chocolate, we still love you. Alright, so say bye to the stick mixer because it's done its job. My boys will say hello to the cream later when they're good, when I'm ready. I'm going to get the stick mixer down, the electric mixer and the beaters. So to do that, all I'm going to do is just release the mixer from the stand, because unfortunately, as much as I love this mixer, the bowl, unless you've got a fair bit in there, it just doesn't reach it. But the speeds on the mixer are good, so you can just hold it in your hand and go do the same. Alright, so I'm just going to grab another jug. I like to do things in jugs because it's easier, and it's actually quicker to wash up a whole pile of jugs rather than bowls. They're easier for me to put back in the cupboard too. Alright, so Mr. Mixer. Okay, so put that aside so you can see that's definitely good to go. Into here we want our 2 egg whites. 1, 2. Oh, shoot. Oops. I'll see if I can recover that tiny bit. Once you've got the soft peaks, you're going to sprinkle the sugar over the top, which is 2 tablespoons of caster sugar. Look at that. Damn, that's quick. Alright, grab your caster sugar. Sometimes it's harder to get into this caster sugar than it is to get the caster sugar out, but I brought the tin because it's cute for keeping it in. Plus, I can keep a whole 1 kilo in there and a half a one, or whatever's left in this one. Don't make me weigh it and tell you. Alright, 2 tablespoons. We're sprinkling this over the top of our egg whites, if the beaters will let us. 1. You can either do it as you add one and then you add the other. Possibly with such a small volume it would be much of a much. Okay, so we're going to beat that in. Okay, thought so. Right, now you're all going, well, what are you going to do with those egg yolks? They're going in with the chocolate. So by doing it this way, what we're doing is this is how you make things lighter and fluffier, by putting things in, mixing them in differently. This won't take long again, just until it's not grainy. You'll hear a grainy sound, which is just that sugar. Perfect. That's how you make meringues too, by the way. Okay, this is why that egg separator's king. Alright, so say bye to those. I didn't end up rescuing my little bit that was left on there, but I think I use bigger eggs than normal anyway. There's obviously different size eggs. I always try and buy 700-gram eggs because there's such a difference in size with them between 700 and 600. Okay, so into this delicious chocolate, we're adding the egg yolks in. So just fold that in. Okay, so that's going to give that a nice glossy colour. Perfect. Okay, so stir in a third of the egg white. This is just so that you can mix it through. Now, it does warn that it might go a bit grainy. Just push through it, because once you get the cream and everything in, you're fine. It doesn't really want to mix in this bowl. Just tell it to stop being such an idiot and keep going with it, okay? Chocolate mousse, when done well, is one of the easiest and yummiest desserts you can have. Like, you can sit down and have chocolate, but then chocolate mousse is obviously more sophisticated. Chocolate mousse, and plus chocolate mousse when you buy it in the supermarket isn't the same, is it? Not really. Alright, so get the rest of that in, and then the cream's got to go in it as well. And then it's going to be interesting to see how many I make. So once you've got the cream in, it's advising you to get one of the Ziploc bags, put it all in, and snip the corner. This is just so that you can have a bit of precision when putting it into those little shot glasses. I'm not using shot glasses, so I don't need to do that. But as I say, I reckon it would look good for parties. So if you follow me on Facebook, no, not Facebook, Instagram under Cooking with Violet Vixen. No, you actually can't put photos up on there. Never mind. I don't know. Maybe send me a message just showing me if you make it in shot glasses, because it'd be interesting to see what it looks like. All right, last of all, in goes the cream. All right, beautiful. Okay, give that a real good whip. Oh, yum. Who likes chocolate mousse? Ooh. Beautiful. All right. I'm just going to check and see if these glasses are dry. The reason why I washed them is because they've been in the cupboard for a few years, because I haven't used them. I normally use, you would have seen me using ramekins, which are those little white dishes that I use, and a lot of times I even have my ingredients in them before I cook. That's what I normally use for desserts, but I thought, okay, I'm not using shot glasses, I'm going to go for something fancy. So, as I said, I'm going to see how many it makes. They're dry. That was the idea of using the hot water, I suppose. Alright, I'm going to try and make 4 and see how I go from there. Use 1 big spoon. Yeah, I think I'm going to be happy with 4 over 6. And another spoon on top. Yeah, I'm just going for 4. I reckon 4 is going to be the magic number here. So yeah, as I said, don't forget, if you are using the shot glasses, this would be into a bag and you'd be doing what I'm doing now anyway. Okay, they're not too bad. There's 2.5 spoons in each one. If you had made 6, you wouldn't have got much out of it, so it's better to have done it this way. I'm going to get a little bit more, so it'll be about 3 spoons in each. Okay. Alright, I will put the little kachus on just because I actually found them and I've had them for so long. So, that is my finished product. Woo. I'll try and take the photo at the end with them on top. They actually remind me of the heads of the dressmaker's sewing pins. Now with putting these on top, I feel like I'm a fancy pants. Perfect. Ah! I'm losing them. Okay. Thanks for watching Cooking with Violet Vixen. Little chocolate mousses. Enjoy, and I'll catch you next time around. Bye. Oh, hey, I forgot one important thing to tell you. Refrigerate them for 3 to 4 hours before serving, and then put those on top. But in all honesty, if you've got a bit of a hot day or humid day, they're going to set pretty quickly. So I guess if you put those in the fridge, they might bleed into it. So do it the other way. Refrigerate, get them out of the fridge, put those on before you serve. Anyway, enjoy.